Hello guys, and welcome to this how to create a virtual machine. I have created this short document. I will put this description also in the video, and it's mostly a summary of what we are going to see here: the software that we need, installation, and how to create a virtual machine. The software, we have several options. The one I'm going to use is VirtualBox. The reason is because we don't need any registration, and Hyper-V, which is actually very nice, you need a Windows Server or Windows Pro. So I have it installed already, the VirtualBox here, but I will show you where you have to go to download it. You have to go to this website, www.virtualbox.org, and then the download section. Here we have to select the package that suits your host. If you have a Windows host, you will select the first, Macintosh host the second, and Linux the third. Once you click it, it will download, then you install it, you run the file, and the installation is very simple. Just follow the installation with the default parameters, nothing else. Once it is installed, you just load the software and it will pop this screen. We can make it full screen to see it better. And here I have already two machines that I have been testing, but for this tutorial purpose I will create a new one. To create it is very simple. Button new, then we have to select the name that we want, for example test, which operating system we want to use. This is mostly depends on what you select. The program VirtualBox, it's adjusting it like with some default parameters that it suits better for that operating system. I will choose this Linux because, well, it's a good operating system to test on Windows environment. And then we have to select the RAM that we want for this machine, and then for example it's just a test 500. Don't put too much. If you have, for example, 4 gigs of RAM, don't put it like the maximum, because it's going to kill your Windows. It's going to be super slow. So here we click next. Now we have to choose the hard drive that we want. Either we create a new one, or that we don't want a hard drive, or that we are going to use a one hard drive that we have already created before. That's not the case. We just want to create a new one for the new machine, and then the installation, the creation shows here some options to us about the format that the file is going to have. Like in this case, I recommend to use VDI because it's the native of this software and it's going to perform better. Next, and then this window, we have to select the type of the hard drive that we want to use. The difference between these two is that dynamically it just, for example, if in the next screen that we are going to choose the size of the partition or the hard drive, it's 8 gigabytes, and then we select this dynamically allocation. That means that at the beginning it's going to take like nothing, almost no space from all the real hard drive, because it's not needed to use. On the other hand, if we use the fixed size and we create a 8 gigabytes disk, it's going to already tell to the host operating system that use those 8 gigabytes, even if it's nothing in there. The advantage of this one is performance, like reading, writing faster, and but for testing and stuff that you don't want to fill your hard drive with things that you maybe are not going to never use, is better the first one. Here we have to select the name of the hard drive and put whatever suits you. Here we can choose the location of the new virtual hard drive file. You can select the folder what you want to install. I select default, I don't bother. And the size 8 GB is perfect enough for our test. You can select, there's a minimum 4 MB, but you're not going to do anything with that. If you want to install any operating system, let's select that like that. Then we create it, and that's it. You can see the machine, it's here created. It has nothing on it, I mean like nothing, not operating system or anything yet. The interesting here, we can change some things of this machine, because now we just set up the basics of it. Then we go to settings of this machine. We can select in general. Something that I find very useful is share the clipboard and drag and drop. That means that whatever you copy from the machine or your host, you can copy paste from one side to another. Text, for example, drag and drop. You can drag files from one machine to the host and other way around. Yeah, well, if you want to put more description, but that doesn't matter. This is a summary of our system. We can even change and put more RAM. The processor, how many cores you want to use. In this case, I can select 2 here to be more faster. This is important. By default, it's selected if your host hardware supports it. And then the network, also another important part. By default, NAT is good enough just to test and for home users. If you want to create a private network between different virtual machines, you have to use internal network. But in this case, NAT is perfect enough for this tutorial. Serial ports, if you are going to use it. Nowadays, barely anyone uses them. And then the USB, if you have a hard drive that you're going to connect to this virtual machine that you are going to transfer information, maybe it's worth to make this available for speed reasons. So as you can see, it's not that difficult. It's very simple if you know what to do following these steps. And the display is also optional if you want to enable CD acceleration. Depends on what you're going to do with this virtual machine. For testing and playing around, that most of the people does, it doesn't matter. And then one of the last things I wanted to show you guys is the storage, the CD, because now you might think, okay, now how I install anything in here. Well, if you have a CD-ROM, you can select the host drive. In my case, is the letter E. In your case, can be whatever. And that maps the real CD of the host to the virtual machine. So you will put your Windows CD there, Linux CD, whatever you have. But if you have just download from internet, like most of the people do, if you want to install a Linux, then you choose here. And then you select the ISO file, and then you look around where you have downloaded and install it. Once you have everything set, you just click here, that arrow, and then this is going to start matching. In this case, he is asking me this question because it detects that I don't have any operating system and I don't have anything in the CDs or anything mapped. So, but anyway, I click start. As you can see, I get this error, but it's normal because there is nothing in the hard drive. So, well, pretty much this is everything. So I hope this how to help you guys, and if you have any questions or comments, you can just write in the video comments below. And thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.